Hello, hello, hello. So today I said that I was going to start telling stories about my life, my crazy ass life. So I was thinking, like, what story could I tell today? So I had to think back to what story I had. So I was like, what about me giving birth? Next month, 20 years ago, I would have gave birth to my 20-year-old son who was born May 8th. And that pregnancy was really hard. They told me I couldn't have kids and that I would have to take fertility drugs because I had something called polycystic ovarian disease, where you have cysts on your ovaries. So they was like, you don't ovulate, so you're going to have to take fertility drugs for the rest of your life. So I took fertility drugs. I think it was called Clomifene, and I got pregnant that same month. Yes, my pregnancy with my first child was planned. And it was a good pregnancy. I couldn't gain weight, but it was a good pregnancy. I went into labor at 6 o'clock in the evening, and I pushed him out by 10:25. And I pushed him out so hard and quick, I ended up rupturing, getting an umbilical cord hernia. So I had him in May. In December, I noticed my navel was starting to stick out, and I was like, why is my navel sticking out? So come to find out, I had a hernia. So I had to get it operated on. They put this ugly ass smiley face on my stomach. Of course, a white doctor did it. And when white doctors operate on you, you never want it because they do terrible jobs. This is the job that he did. He put this big, ugly, smiley face right here over my navel. So after getting that operation, the next day I couldn't breathe. I kept telling my mom, I can't breathe. I'm not breathing right. I'm not getting a full breath of air. So she took me back to Sinai Grace, and I kept telling them, I can't breathe. I can't breathe. It felt like I'm getting suffocated. I think I collapsed in the hallway. And they put me in a bed and laid me down, and I lay there for it seemed like 24 hours. I'm going to talk to Dada. Don't be rude. Go back in the room.
Can't I talk to Dada?
My little son is so rude. So anyway, I'll tell you about him in a minute. So my mom took me to the hospital. As soon as I got in the hospital, I fainted. I couldn't breathe. I felt like somebody was suffocating me. It was horrible. I felt they was sticking stuff up my nose. They was trying to say it was everything in the world. I'm like, oh my God, y'all torturing me. Y'all is straight up torturing me in this hospital. Well, come to find out, I had a blood clot in my lung, which is pulmonary embolism, which is something that my dad died of. It's on his birth certificate that he died of pulmonary embolism in his sleep. Fortunately, they called mine. This doctor came along and he injected some dye in my lungs, and he seen that I had a blood clot in my lungs. So they put me on blood thinners. I had to get heparin shots for 6 months. And that was that. And later I had my left ovary removed, which is left oophorectomy, and I only have one tube. So I'm thinking I can't have any more kids. It's done. It's over. Somebody should have told me when you get older, you turn into fertile myrtle. So I got pregnant. And as much as I'm against abortions, which when I was younger, I was so against abortions. I was like, oh no, can't do this one. So I had to get an abortion. Then I got pregnant again. I had to get another abortion. I was like, I'm getting turned down on abortions. I got pregnant a third time. I'm like, oh, gotta get an abortion. But the third one was the worst because me and the guy was only together for like 10 months. So we really didn't know each other. We were strangers, you know what I'm saying? And I wanted an abortion and he wouldn't give me the money for it. And I'm like, I'm broke right now. I just bought a car. I don't have no money. So that turned into like a big old thing. And I stopped talking to him. And we synced each other like every couple of months. You know, but my pregnancy was very lonely. That was a very stressful pregnancy. Very stressful. Because of the person that it was by. It was a stranger. You know, someone I only knew for 10 months. And then I got stuck with a baby with him. But the most crazy part is, I was like ready. I was ready. Because I was older. I was like 38 when I got pregnant again. The other kid was like 17. So I was like ready to deliver. My due date was July 3rd. My mom's birthday is June 26th. I had my baby on June 24th. And it's only because I took 2 tablespoons of castor oil. Because I had read and Googled that if you take castor oil, it'll make you go into labor quicker. So I took 2, I put it in orange juice. And some Simply orange juice. And I drank it. And like, I drank it at like 8 o'clock. And at 11 o'clock, I started pooping out everything. And like, I think it was 11 or something. Then after that, what time was that? 2 o'clock in the morning, I started having contractions. And I was like, oh boy. I was like, I'm going to just stay here as long as I can because I didn't want to go to the hospital and, you know, you're not dilated. Then they send you back home. I didn't have anyone to deliver with me, so I delivered alone. So I knew something was wrong because when I got up to go to the bathroom at 5 o'clock in the morning, my water broke. Like, I never had my water break before, but like as soon as I went in the bathroom, it was weird. Just the like warm feeling running down your leg. So I took a bath. I don't know why I took a bath. I was like having full contractions and everything. I grabbed my little bag, waddled to my car in pain, hopped in my car, drove. I stayed like 25 minutes from the hospital. So I was on 75, like driving next to semi trucks in full labor. When I got there, they were like, oh, we're going to need you to pee in a cup. I peed in the cup and I think my mucus plug came out in the pee cup. So they was like, oh yeah, we gotta keep you. The crazy thing is that was like at 6 o'clock in the morning. I got to the hospital at like 6 o'clock, 6:30 a.m. in the morning. So I was like, I'm gonna do a natural labor like I did my first one because I didn't take no drugs for him. So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna do this one natural too. Bullshit. I was in pain from 6 o'clock all the way to 2 o'clock. By 2 o'clock, I was like, epidural, please. Epidural, please. Shoot me in my spine. I cannot take not another minute of this pain. I was in pain from 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 1, 2, 5, 9 hours of no medication. So they gave me epidural. It didn't get right the first time, so the bitch had to shoot me in my spine the second time. I was like, felt like I was getting electrocuted, like, you're hitting something. You're hitting something. So she finally got it right. I'm like, what kind of shit is this? This don't seem professional. DMC hospitals. So I had my epidural and I was good. Like, I could still feel the pain, but it wasn't as bad as it was before. So then I'm looking at the baby monitor, and I'm watching my baby heartbeat go up and down, up and down. Then they put me on Pitocin, took me off Pitocin, put me back on Pitocin, took me off. They're like, you're fully effaced, but you're only 3 centimeters dilated. Look, We've been here since motherfucking, I've been having contractions since 2 o'clock this morning. It is motherfucking 6 o'clock p.m. My baby heart rate is dropping. So just by the grace of God, my doctor came in and she said, oh my goodness, you guys let her lay here. She needs to have emergency C-section. Remind you, I'm all by myself. I don't have nobody's number, not my sister's, nobody's. I called my son's father and he answered, but he didn't really have much to say. So I delivered with some white girl holding my hand. And C-section is like, oh, it's weird because you have no feeling, but you feel them digging in your guts. Like, I didn't feel anything because it was all numb, but I felt them digging in my stomach trying to get him out. And I'm like, oh my God, like, that feels so weird. I wish they would hurry up and get over with. It's like somebody digging in your live guts and you're like wide awake and you know. So when they were done, like I was all drugged up anyway, they flushed this baby in front of me like, ah. I'm like, you know, when they first got him, like, I don't hear him. Why is he not crying? They say he's cool. He's just looking around. So basically the babies today, they don't cry. They just come out looking around like, what's up? You know, he ain't even cry. Not one single time. I never heard him cry. But when they put him in front of my face, his eyes was wide open and he was looking at me. And I'm looking at this baby like, this baby is white with freckles with blonde hair. This is not my baby. Like, the daddy, he looked like Caesar. How did my baby come out white with freckles, with red hair? And I was like, I was confused. So I delivered my son at 8 o'clock on June 24th. Okay, here's where the bullshit comes. Because I delivered alone and I didn't have any family members there with me, no support person, when they put me in the recovery room and they put me back in my room, which had to be like 3 o'clock in the morning, I said, hey, I want to see my baby. They was like, you can't see your baby. I said, why not? They said, because you're under the influence of anesthesia and you can't handle the baby. I said, wait a minute. I carried this baby for 9 months. And you telling me I can't see my baby? Oh, man. I acted a fucking up. I said, you're not taking no blood pressure. I'm not taking no pills. I want to see my motherfucking baby. I carried this baby for 9 months. 9 long months. Stressed the fuck out. I want to see my baby. If you don't let me see my baby, you're not doing nothing. My blood pressure, everything go rise up, and I'm gonna sue the shit out of it. Somebody go sue the shit out of y'all if something happens to me. I don't know who, but somebody go sue. So then they let it go say, well, you're gonna see your baby anyway. Like, why would you say something like that, you dumb bitch? I just had a baby. I want to see my baby now. So because I acted such a fool, they ended up giving me my baby. Then I wish I wouldn't have gave me my baby, because when they gave me the baby, I got so sleepy. And I was like, oh my God. And that's when it kicked in. That's when it kicked in. And me trying to feed him and stay up. And I'm like, oh my God, this is hard. I was so sleepy and ready to go to sleep. It's like seemed like every 10 minutes he wanted something to drink or wanted a bottle. Or I had to change his diaper. I'm like, golly. Maybe I should have just let him keep him and I should have just got some rest. Me being stubborn and persistent. So I stayed in the hospital for 5 days. And they were saying that you can't drive home. Because remember, I drove myself there. So they were saying you can't drive home or whatever. I'm like, well, I don't have anyone to come pick me up. They're like, well, you won't be able to drive home. And I'm thinking to myself, I'm not about to sit in y'all lobby with a newborn baby. If y'all think I'm about to sit in a lobby with a newborn baby, y'all can kiss my ass. Because I'm going to go right to that valet and get my car and drive myself home. But they would not let you out the hospital until they seen someone was driving you home. So I managed to contact my kid's father and say, hey, they about to kick me out the hospital. Do you think you could, like, give me a ride home? You know, like, I don't have really nobody that can come get me. You think you can come get me? So he got off work, came up there, work clothes, dirty, you know, I appreciate the help, but when I got to the house, I got out the car. I struggled because I had just had a C-section and I was feeling pain, and they gave me 8 narco pills for a C-section. 8 narco pills for a fucking C-section. So I got out the car. He got the baby out the car. Took the baby in the house, set the baby on the table. Looked at him and was like, all right, see you later. It's like, all right, see you later. And it's been me and my baby ever since. So, for those out there who dads left, I did it all by myself. If I could do it, you can do it. Ain't nothing to it but to do it. Sad story, but sometimes things is just meant for what they're meant for. For the longest time, I kept asking, why, of all people, why? This person, why? But it was a reason why. I'm not going to get into that because I probably said it on any of my other videos. But there was a reason to the why. And a reason to the why, who it was with. You know what I'm saying? It was all done in divine order. Because no matter how much I had in my head, I'm not keeping it. That little boy was like, I'm coming to this world, whether you or him like it or not. I'm coming to this motherfucker. Fuck y'all plans. Fuck y'all plans. I'm coming to the planet of Earth on June 24th. And that little dude came here. Like, it was, I could not stop it no matter how much I wanted to. So he's here for a reason, you know. But that was my story for today. The birth of my children. Do I want more? If there was a guy and he didn't have kids, I would be willing to do it. Even at the age of 41, because I'm 41. If he didn't have kids, I would do it. Just to see what the experience is like, to have like the experience of a guy. Because I never had the experience of the man ever being around for the pregnancy. I don't know what that's like. I don't know what it's like for the man to be there and actually take part. My mates always left, so I don't know what that's like. So part of me still do kind of want to figure like, dang, what is it like, you know? And then again, maybe I just might just have my 2 kids and that's it. I was blessed with them, you know. So that's my blog for today of my 2 beautiful children. One's about to be 5 and the other one's about to be 20. One is a Taurus and the other one is a Cancer. All right.